Alright, hello everybody. It's Jake back with the game guys, back in No Man's Sky again, and we are doing a tips and tricks video today in No Man's Sky. There are some certain things you may need to know for surviving the infinite universe that is No Man's Sky, and here are some things that I'm just going to let you know about. Now, be aware there are some spoilers ahead, just some stuff that you may want to just experience on your own. Maybe you just don't want to know about the story of No Man's Sky yet. So here is your opportunity to click away from this video. Here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, there are going to be spoilers, so hopefully you can click it off. Alright, so first tip is you actually just saw me complete it. It was, I don't know what to call it. I guess some people have called it like a melee jetpack jump. So basically, you just melee, and in the middle of your little dash melee, you just kind of go into the air, and it's a pretty fast way of traveling. So here's your walking speed, your sprinting speed, and here is the melee jump. So yeah, I'm just rabbit hitting the X button, and you want to kind of stay close to the ground because you will take fall damage if you are too high. So, I mean, it's a little quicker than just your average sprinting, and I like it. It helps me get around a little faster. Let's see, what's next here? Okay, so you guys have seen on space stations, and sometimes even in around, you know, these saves, there's sometimes debris that will require an Atlas pass. Now, an Atlas pass is... Sorry, I'm going to charge this up real quick. An Atlas pass is one of these things. You are able to craft one. It is a recipe you have to find, and once you craft it, you're done. You can keep it in your inventory forever, or you can discard it or dismantle it or whatever. How you find the recipe for this is if at the beginning of the game, when you first talk to the Atlas, and it sends you on another mission, you can either go to the center of the galaxy, or you can follow the Atlas and go to its mission. And once you talk to the two aliens, that they also end up giving you a black hole. So if you talk to the two aliens, then one will say, what do you wish to do? Do you wish to follow the Atlas? Do you wish a shortcut for the center of the galaxy or the universe? Or do you want resources for your own adventure? And you can choose one of those. And then if you go talk to the other one, the Gek, he will give you the recipe for the Atlas Pass in exchange for knowledge on what you've learned about the races. So that is the Atlas Pass V1. I don't know about V2 or V3 yet. However, that is what I found out about the Atlas Pass in V1. Alright, so next is going to be about upgrades. So obviously, when you start off with a ship, I think my base ship started with 16 slots. And as you can see, I bought a new ship. I have 20 slots now. The only way you can upgrade the inventory in your of your ship is to buy a new ship. You can't find upgrades for your ship like that. However, if you want to install tech into your ship, then that's a whole other thing. If you want to install tech, like I've got a bunch of upgrades in tech here, that is going to require a whole slot for that upgrade. It will take up a slot, and it will limit what you can carry for obviously for your elements. But I will say that without upgrades to your ship, like I have a shield upgrade, the deflection enhancement upgrade, without that, my ship is pretty much useless in space combat, because space combat in this game is so tough. It is so hard to battle in space. It's just, if you're facing somebody who has another ship and you don't know what upgrades they have, if they have any, because they're AI, but if they attack you, usually you're pretty screwed unless you have a shield upgrade and a photon cannon upgrade. I have 2, cannon damage Sigma and cannon damage Tau, and with both of those together, it still takes me about 2 or 3 runs on each one on a ship to make it go down. And with the shield upgrade, I only have the Sigma one, so that's only +1, and it actually does its job pretty well. I have lost my ship twice just because they killed me, and ever since I put this upgrade on, it was pretty smooth. I haven't died yet, knock on wood, but with the shield upgrade, it's just it helps out a whole lot. So that's something to consider. Also, if you're buying a new ship, it's something to consider to look at. If you have a shield upgrade, do you get rid of that shield upgrade and try to build it on the new ship, or do you keep your old ship? So that's number 3. Number 4, how to find exosuit upgrades. So if you get the Atlas Pass in space stations, we will actually, maybe I can fly up to this one here. If I can fly up to this one here quick enough. Is that it right there? That might be the best right. That's it. Alright, so we'll fly over here. So, in every space station that I've come across, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what system you're in, just as long as you are in a space station. Then there are 2 doors, left and right. The right one leads to a store, and usually there's some alien intelligence there. I guess I had it confused. The right one, the left one is to the store. This one is to the store, and this one over here, it requires an Atlas Pass to go through. But once you have that Atlas Pass, you can unlock the door, go through here, and bada bing, bada boom, there's an exosuit upgrade. Interact with it, and it adds an inventory slot in your exosuit. Now, I've noticed the first one you get was free, and every time after that, it goes up 10,000 units. Now, for me, I have a lot of units, so it doesn't really matter. But for somebody who doesn't have a lot, they might want to consider if getting an Atlas Pass is worth it when you are going to have to spend more money to get the exosuit upgrades anyway. Now, you can find exosuit upgrades on planets. I don't know if that was in the little pod, but they are in like a little, they're kind of like a Halo drop pod. That wasn't, I looked at it, it wasn't what that looked like. It looks like a Halo drop pod. And you find those, they're usually at question marks, and you can pay for them there on the planet. Now, I've only found about 2 or 3 of these on planet, and they're pretty hard to find. Like, I would say, I mean, I've been on several planets now, and I've only found 1, so, or 2. So, you might consider getting an Atlas Pass just for the fact that you can get so many exosuit upgrades. I actually wasn't going to get the Atlas Pass, and then I saw somebody on YouTube use one to get in here, and then every time they went in here, they got an exosuit upgrade. I was like, I need exosuit upgrades, I need an inventory upgrade. So I went and took the journey to go grab it, and afterwards, now I have the Atlas Pass, and now I can get those upgrades real fast. Okay, ship upgrades in space combat. I kind of already touched on this. Space combat's really tough. Ship upgrades are really tough, are really important for that. So, I mean, it's just whatever your preference is. If you're not going to be fighting a lot in space, then probably don't worry about it. But if you are going to be fighting in space a lot, or maybe you think, I don't know, because I didn't think I was going to be fighting in space a lot, but I end up running into a lot of pirates. I don't know why. They think my cargo is so important, because usually I just carry the basic elements. But they always think my cargo is really important for some reason. They always try to take my stuff, and I end up having to fight them. So I ended up needing that upgrade. So that's something to consider if you get attacked by pirates a lot. If you don't get attacked by pirates a lot, then probably not useful. But if you do, you know, you might need it. I don't know. So that's another thing the Atlas Pass can be used for, is that debris right there. So I just got a Gek Charm probably from that, and then I just got Suspension Fluid. Awesome. Suspension Fluid, if you don't know, is used to make warp cells. Warp cells make you warp, get you to other planets. So let's just make that real quick. Alright. And you know, I have found all of the recipes I need to make my own warp cells. So, you know, if I find a free suspension fluid or a free component for warp cells, I'm not going to say no. This is a nice planet. I enjoy this planet. Okay, anyway. Let's try... Nope, okay, anyway. So let's find my next tip. Let's see, okay. Now, this may be easy to... Or this will be easy to understand once you have played the game a little bit. But to newer people, this isn't as obvious. When you start off, you are on a crashed, or you have a crashed ship, and you're on one planet, and your first instinct is to just mine everything. Now, you can do that. However, your inventory, when you're new and you're a new player, you're gonna fill up on elements really fast. So, what I've learned is there are a few basic elements that you need to keep an eye out for. There is carbon, which is just kind of a basic fuel. You know, I use carbon for my life support and for my multi-tool. I don't really use it for anything else. Plutonium. Plutonium's big just because it is for your ship engines. And I try to not use plutonium for anything other than my ship engines, because sometimes it is kind of hard to find. Like on this planet, I don't know if I'm going to find plutonium. But, because I haven't seen it yet, and it's usually pretty plentiful. But, I'm going to be able to have it because I mined it so much over in a different planet. And I've just kept it, and I haven't gotten rid of it because I try to only use plutonium only for my ship engines. And then one of the last isotopes that you'll come across is thallium. And thallium-9 is... Ooh, wow. Thallium-9 is something you come across in like asteroids. You can come across it in nature of planets. However, it's more plentiful in the asteroids in space. So I would just do that. And obviously that's very plentiful considering there are a lot of asteroids up in space. So you don't really need to keep a lot of it on hand, but never get stuck without it. So, and obviously thallium-9 is for your pulse jump, for your pulse engine. So if you run out of that, you're not going to be getting anywhere out of the immediate area very quickly. So that's just something to keep in mind. Next would be oxides, so like iron, your titanium, your stuff like that. So any kind of oxide will recharge your ship shield. And when you're in combat, recharging your ship shield is very important because, like I said, space combat is so tough in this game that you're going to need to refuel or refill your shields all the time. So in order to do that, you need oxides, and any kind of oxide will fill your ship shields. However, you do need to keep zinc and titanium and maybe shielding shards on deck for your hazard protection. If you are on a really cold planet, really hot planet, a toxic planet, an acid planet, whatever, what have you, your hazard equipment is going to go down. Now, you can fix this. Wow. Ouch. You can fix that by... Okay. I was trying to research it, but nope. You can fix that by either going inside, which sometimes is hard to do. But if you needed a quick fix, you can just refuel it with zinc, titanium, or shielding shard. But those are the only things it will accept. So that's something to keep in mind. And all right, that is about it. Also, Heridium. Heridium is very important for. I think it's for one of the crafting elements for. Yeah, it's for antimatter, which you use antimatter to craft warping cells. So Heridium is just really important for that kind of thing. All right, next here. Okay, something that wasn't very apparent to me when I first started playing this game is you do have a compass. It sometimes is empty, like it is right now for me, but if you get lost from your ship and you can't really see that icon very well, if you look up at the immediate 12 o'clock of the screen, your ship is actually on your compass, so you're never completely lost. You always have your direction of where your ship is, which I know it may seem obvious, but I didn't notice it for at least a day when I was playing, and so I just thought I'd put it in here. So here's something: if you're hurting for units, if you're hurting for credits, something that always helps is discover everything you can. You see me go through the video, and I've just been trying to discover everything, all the plants I can, all the animals that I can, just because it gives you units every time you do. And every time you discover something new, I think it's really fun and really interesting. But it also just gives you units, and you get to name whatever you discover. So obviously that will be a fun thing to do as well. So just something to do. You can feed animals too. This isn't really a tip. This is kind of a bonus tip. But if you feed it, then it will give you. They get the little smiley face, right? And sometimes they become your pet. Sometimes they like go find you stuff. Oh, he might go find me something. But yeah, sometimes they go and find you stuff, and then they'll call you over, and you'll get like a little magnifying glass icon, like this, and then you just pick it up, and just found the iridium for just, sometimes they'll find iridium, sometimes they'll find just like really rare elements, like the purple elements that they're just really rare to find on a planet. So they're just something cool to do if you are bored on a planet. This is a really nice planet. There's no hazards, like weather-wise. I like this planet a lot. Okay, so what else? Let me see here. So yeah, discover everything you can and you get units for it. Okay, here's something that I discovered myself. I don't think I've found this on YouTube yet, and it's really important. I think, like if you are really hurting and you don't have anything to recharge your hazard protection with, and you're really hurting to get inside somewhere, something that'll help. If you have a pulse grenade or any kind of grenade that can blow up into the ground, sometimes the sentinels won't like this, but if you can dig even just a little bit into the ground, this will be a very bad... Oh, wait. Wow, okay. You find caves. Sometimes you find caves. I did not plan for this. However, if you do find yourself hurting in like the weather protection zone, you can dig into the ground. Even if you don't find a cave, if you just can dig into the ground just enough to create like a little barrier, kind of like an igloo, in between you and the weather. Wow, that was weird. Okay. You can create a little barrier in between you and the weather. Like, I think even this would be enough. If it's not enough, you could just, keep digging. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would definitely be enough. So you can literally just hide here. And I know this planet doesn't have any intense weather, but it will get rid of the weather. It will count as like a little shelter for you. And I think that's really cool. I kind of discovered this. I was on a planet that was really, really cold. And I was like, it's really cold, but in the core of every planet, it's really, really hot. So, and especially like on our planet, if you go to Antarctica or something, and you dig into the ground, you can make like a little igloo into the ground, and it's supposed to keep you warm in real life. So I was thinking, what if this happened in the video game? So I dug a hole. I was on a really, really cold planet. I dug a hole, and my hazard protection started increasing. I was like, hell yeah, that's pretty rock solid. Hello Games. They went that much into detail with it that if you dig a hole, your hazard protection goes up. Hey, look at this. I think this might be an exosuit upgrade. Didn't mean to find this, but I did. So you know what this looks like. Told you it's like a little Halo drop pod. Kind of, sort of. Not really, but kind of. So if you ever come across these in the wild of No Man's Sky, you know what it is. I'm going to go ahead. Well, I'll go ahead and buy it and then save. So yeah, you just come over here. And these things, I know, again, the weather in this is not the best to demonstrate. However, in here, this protects you. This counts as shelter. This protects you from weather. So if you need to recharge your hazard protection, I like to just hide behind this little thing, and it will protect you from the weather. I don't know. I really appreciate it. So that was 60,000 units for me, so obviously getting pretty expensive. Let's see. I would say, just another little bonus tip, try and talk to as many aliens as you can, because the more aliens you talk to, and the better you understand the language, the quicker you will become friends with them. And the quicker you become friends with them, the better stuff they give you. So I don't know if this is like part of the game, or if I was just lucky enough to get it. I got the schematic for suspension fluid, I got the schematic for antimatter and electron vapor, and I think everybody gets the schematic for warp cells. Now, I can make every single unit of a warp cell, and warp cells, as we know, are for your warp drive, your hyperdrive. And so, as long as I can create more and more of those things, more and more of those components, then I can warp as long as I need to, or as long as I want to. So I could fill my entire inventory up with warp cells if I needed to, and just travel until I ran out and I had to refill. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Just try and talk to as many aliens as you can, and you make some good stuff. You get some good tech sometimes. You get some, I don't know, just some good things. Oh, these are adorable. These are absolutely adorable. Look at this, mother. Oh my god. Why are you so cute? Hello. I just want to cuddle you. Hello. Oh my god, you're so cute. Alright, well. Okay, hopefully. Okay. So, that has been a tips and tricks in No Man's Sky. I'm sure there are other things I'm going to come across in... Oh, last one. Shoot. Okay, so let's go to a hill. That hill, for instance. Why was that a noise? That was not a good noise. So, say you need to get up there really fast, and your jetpack won't allow you to, you know, climb it all at once. Like, you can't just fly up there. So, it's called a jetpack climb, is what I know it as. And as long as you are pushing forward on against the mountain or whatever you're trying to climb, and pushing down on the jetpack button, your jetpack won't run out, and you can climb that for as long as you need to. And then you can come up here and, you know, just look around at what there is to see. There's actually a lot of little peaks like this around this planet, and I like it. So, something to keep in mind, jetpack climbs. Okay, so that has been a tips and tricks. Ow, fall damage. In No Man's Sky. So if you like this video, if you found it useful, please leave a thumbs up. If you want more of these videos, please subscribe to my channel. If you didn't like this or have other tips and tricks for the viewers, please leave a comment down below. Try and figure out something that I couldn't tell you and leave it down in the comments. I'd love to hear it, and it might make my gameplay a little bit easier or a little bit better, and it might make your gameplay a little bit better, a little bit easier. So please leave comments down below, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys later on one of my next videos. See ya.